Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So when you're doing the automation, you might have encountered with the JavaScript alerts. So in this video, I will show you step by step how you can handle those alerts in your automation testing. So let's begin. When you're automating the application, so you might encounter with the JavaScript alerts. So usually there are three types of alerts. One are simple alerts, the one are confirmation alerts, and the third one is basically the prompt alerts. Now let me show you what they are and how they are different. So let's go to the browser over here. And the first one is a simple alert. So if you click on this one, and you will see this kind of alert where you have only one option. So just click on OK and that's it. Here you don't have option to cancel. But then we have a confirmation based alerts. So when you click on this button, here you have both options. Either you can click on OK and you can also click on cancel, right? And finally, we have the prompt based one. So simply if you click on this one, and here you need to type something, press OK, and again you have a cancel option over here. So these basically are JavaScript alerts and they can prompt in your application. Now let's try to handle those alerts with the Playwright Python. So let's go to the PyCharm over here. And the first thing what we need to do is that we need to import the Playwright Sync API, and also we need to import the page, fixture, and assertions. So how you can do this? So basically from Playwright dot sync API, then from this import we need to import page and we need to import expect. Now this page and expect are basically used for the automation purposes. Let me correct this one here. Yeah. Now we have imported this one, but we still haven't used one, so that's why it's a grayed out. So first let's handle the simple alert. So for that, let's create a function. So def test underscore js underscore alert, and this basically a function, test function, and this function will be using the Playwright page fixture. So because we need a page, right? So page column page, and then colon, and after that now we have to write our code using this page. So simply the first thing is that we need to go to this particular page. So we will say page dot go to, and we need to go to this particular URL. So let's go back here, copy this URL from here, come back to the PyCharm, and paste this one over here. So once you have done this one, so basically this will open the browser and navigate to this particular website. Now once you will do this, so simply what you need to do is that you need to handle this alert. So how you can handle this particular alert? There are a couple of steps you need to ensure so that you will handle it properly. The important point here is that you need to write a code which will listen for the alert pop-up and click OK on it. So for that, what we need to do is that we need to write page dot once, and here is basically a dialog. And what we need to do is that we need to use lambda space dialog colon dialog dot accept. So you have basically written a code where basically we will listen for the alert pop-up and click on the accept. Now what we need to do is that we need to click on the button, right? So we had a button, so we need to click. So that click will actually trigger this one, right? So if I go back here, we need to click on this one, right? So this has a text, click for JS alert, right, inspect this one, copy this text, go back here, and here we will write a code. We will basically identify this button and click on this button. So this button will triggers the JavaScript alert, right? So page dot get by text, and the text is basically click for the JS alert. And what we need to do is that we need to click on this one, and once we will click this thing, if you want to do a session, you can do the session. So simply what will do that, expect then page dot locator, and here the locator, basically we need to find the locator for this. As soon as you click on this one, so it says that you successfully click on alert. So we need to verify this one. So right click on this one, inspect this one, and we need to write the locator for this as well. So simply we have an ID, so we can use a CSS selector over here, and simply I could say hash result, and now result dot to underscore have underscore text. And what text we are expecting over here? So basically we are expecting this text, right? I'll just copy the text from here, go back here, and provide the text. So these are the simple steps in order to handle the simple JavaScript alert. So let me put some weight over here so that you can see how the execution is happening. So for that, let's go with some alerts or timeouts over here. So page dot, so I'm intentionally adding a timeout so that you can see the execution. Let me add 3 seconds, and let me copy this line of code from here and add this after this line, after this line. Now this is very simple here, and now let's run this one. Pytest space dash dash headed, so it will be opening the browser and we see the headed execution. So simply press enter and see what happens. So it collected one item, so it's navigating to this particular page, and it should click on JavaScript alert, and you see that it got handled and we got this message and we got a session passed. So graceful handling of these kind of alerts you can simply do in this way. Now the second one is basically the confirmation one, and we have in the confirmation we have again the two options. Okay, so we already seen that how we can handle okay, so basically dialog.accept, and so for this one I will show you simple the cancel thing over here. So you click on cancel, and so go back here, let me copy this complete function from here and paste it over here, and let me change the name test underscore js underscore confirmation underscore basically cancel, right? And again we need to go to this website, and instead of this accept, what we need to do, we need to go with the dismiss. And once it got dismissed, and here we need to change because we need to click on this one. So go here and right click on this one, inspect this one, and this is a text. Copy from here, go back here and change the locator so that we can click on the right button. And once we have clicked on the right button, so what text we are getting? So you clicked on cancel, so copy this text, paste this over here, and now we have to ensure that the locator is correct for the result as well. So you inspect this one. So again, ID. So we can simply use hash and we can write the CSS selector over here. And we don't need to do anything in this particular case over here. Now run this one again, and this time it will collect two items. So first it will handle the simple alert, and we will see the result message over here. And then we will see click for confirm JS confirmation, and now this is executing the second test. This time it will cater the click for JS confirmation dismissal case. We have already seen the how we can accept. So you can see that you clicked on this and this is the text, and both tests got passed over here. Now the third test case is basically regarding the prompt one. So in prompt, there's one additional thing basically is when you click on this one, so you can type on this one as well, right? So you can type and you click and you enter this, right? Rest is okay and cancel, right? So what we'll do is that let me go back to my PyCharm here. Let me copy this lines of code and paste it over here. Test underscore JS underscore prompt and prompt text. And again here basically we need to accept, but we need to accept that with a particular text, right? So accept, and but we will accept. So basically here we are basically trying to input a text in that particular prompt. So I'll say playwright Python demo. Now this is a text. So basically what it will do is that simply go here and this prompt it will write playwright text and then just click on this one. Okay, so go here and here we need to change this one. So right click on this one here and copy this one from here, go back to PyCharm, change this one, and now finally we need a text. So basically if I go here, so copy this complete text, go back here, click on this one, give this particular text, click OK. So this is the expected outcome. So copy this one and go back here and let's provide this text over. So now we are good to go. So simply run this again. Now this time it will pick up 3 items now because we have 3 test cases. One for the simple alert, one for the JS confirmation, and third for the prompt based alert. So first we successfully clicked an alert, the first one. Now second test here for the confirmation one, and it will click for the JS confirmation. We will get the results. It will verify this one. And third test is for the prompt where we have input text as a Playwright Python demo. So it will provide that value, and in the result we get that data and we will verify this one. So in this way you can handle these simple alerts. So if I summarize this particular session, so usually you will encounter with 3 kind of alerts. One is simple alerts, confirmation based alerts, and prompt based alerts. And if you want to accept those ones, you need to go with accept. If you want to dismiss that, you go with the dismiss. With the lambda dialog. So lambda dialog, you might be wondering what it is doing here. So let me explain this part of code here so that you can understand what exactly this line is doing. So basically, if we talk about this one, so this handles the prompt pop-up. The page.once listens only for the next alert. So it only listens for the next alert. Now lambda dialog is basically here is a basically it will create a anonymous function. Then once it will create an anonymous function, then what happens is that we are saying that cancel. Dismiss means cancel without entering a text, or because we used entering in the prompt based JS, right? So this is here we are listing the dialog, and we are saying that if you as soon as you get the next, so that's why we are clicking on the button after this line. So purpose of this line is that we are saying Playwright, when this event occurs, the next event occurs, you need to create an anonymous function, then you need to dismiss that dialog. So this is the purpose of this line. So that's why we have written this line before triggering the alert. So this line is basically triggering the alert, and then this line got actually handling this alert, and finally we have a assertion here where we are ensuring that this handling is done properly.